The crystal glasses clinked at our family's annual success celebration dinner, a tradition where my father showcased his children's achievements. Or rather, my sister Victoria's achievements. To my brilliant daughter, Dad raised his glass, whose marketing firm just landed the luxury car account. Victoria preened, her designer dress probably costing more than my annual bus pass. It's really nothing, Daddy. Though the Tesla executives did say I have a natural gift for luxury branding. I sat quietly, picking at my food while maintaining the simple, unassuming appearance I'd carefully cultivated. My worn sweater and minimal makeup made me invisible, exactly as planned. And now, Dad reached under the table with a theatrical flourish, your reward for such exceptional work. He pulled out a small box with the Tesla logo. Victoria's squeal could have shattered the windows. Daddy, you didn't. A brand new Tesla Model S Plaid, he announced proudly. Top of the line, fully customized. Your success deserves nothing less. Mom clapped excitedly. Oh, it'll look perfect parked next to your father's at the country club. Then Dad turned to me, his smile turning condescending. And Emma, since you're still working on that, what was it again? Software development, I supplied quietly, checking my phone under the table. The stock notifications were getting interesting. Right. Well, we couldn't forget you. He tossed a small envelope across the table. Here's your annual bus pass. Try not to lose this one, they're getting expensive. Victoria snickered. At least she can sit by the window and watch real cars go by. I opened the envelope, maintaining my meek expression while my phone silently buzzed with urgent messages from my executive team. Thank you, I said softly, playing my part perfectly. Public transportation is environmentally conscious. Always looking on the bright side, Mom sighed. Though if you'd accepted your father's offer to work in Victoria's marketing department. Filing papers isn't really my passion, I replied, remembering Dad's generous offer to make me my sister's administrative assistant. No, you prefer playing with computers. Victoria rolled her eyes, already scrolling through Tesla's customization options. They have a new champagne gold color. Daddy, can I upgrade? My phone buzzed again. I glanced down. Urgent. Tesla board meeting concluded. Awaiting your final signature for complete acquisition. Speaking of Tesla, Dad launched into business mode. Their stock is soaring. I've invested heavily in Victoria's name. By next year, she'll own a significant share. I bit back a smile. If he only knew. Emma, you should really let your father invest for you, Mom chided. That little savings account of yours won't get you far. My little savings account currently held enough to buy Tesla 3 times over, but they didn't need to know that. Yet. I prefer managing my own finances, I said mildly, signing the digital acquisition papers under the table. Victoria was still gushing about her new car. The delivery is scheduled for next week. I'll be the first in my circle to have the new model. Actually, I checked my watch. Tesla's experiencing some organizational changes. Deliveries might be delayed. How would you know? Victoria scoffed. Been reading tech blogs on your bus rides? Dad chuckled. Leave the business insights to those who understand them, Emma. Tesla's running perfectly fine. My phone lit up again. Acquisition complete. You now own 51% of Tesla Motors. Stock transfer confirmed. Awaiting instructions for management restructure. You're right, I smiled, dropping my napkin on the table. I'm sure everything at Tesla is running exactly as it should. That's the problem with your generation, Dad launched into his familiar lecture. You think you can succeed without proper business experience. Victoria understands luxury markets, brand value. Speaking of brands, I interrupted softly, have you checked Tesla's stock in the last hour? Dad frowned, pulling out his phone. His face went pale. What's wrong? Mom asked, concerned. Tesla's ownership. There's been a massive stock transfer. Some unknown entity just acquired controlling interest. His fingers flew over the screen. This is impossible. Who could afford? Daddy. Victoria's voice rose in panic. What about my car? I stood up, finally dropping the meek facade. I believe all Tesla orders are currently under review. Including yours, Victoria. What do you mean? She demanded. I have a confirmed delivery date. I corrected, pulling out my own phone. The new owner might have different priorities. Dad's business instincts finally kicked in. He stared at me, really seeing me for the first time. Emma, what did you do? I smiled, pressing a button on my phone. The dining room's hidden screens descended from the ceiling, a modification I'd had installed months ago for this exact moment. Let me show you, I said calmly as the screens lit up with Tesla's new organizational chart. And there at the top, where Elon Musk's name had been just hours ago, was mine. Emma Chinvio, and majority shareholder. The crystal glasses stopped clinking. Victoria's phone slipped from her fingers. Dad looked like he'd seen a ghost. The bus pass was thoughtful, I said, picking up my coat. But I think I'll take one of my new cars instead. As I walked to the door, I turned back one last time. Oh, and Victoria. About your Tesla order. I smiled sweetly. I'm afraid it's been cancelled. Company policy, we don't sell to marketing firms with failing luxury accounts. The last thing I heard as I left was the sound of Victoria's champagne glass shattering on the marble floor. The morning after the family dinner, I sat in my newly acquired Tesla headquarters, watching multiple screens display global reactions to the acquisition. The stock had surged 200% on opening, breaking all trading records. My father's investment group had been trying desperately to reach me since dawn. Miss Chin, my executive assistant Michael, appeared. Your family is in the lobby. They're rather insistent. I smiled, adjusting my Tom Ford suit, a far cry from last night's worn sweater. Let them stew for 20 minutes, then bring them up. And activate Protocol Omega. When they finally entered my office, the transformation in their appearance was striking. Victoria's designer confidence had crumbled, Mom's social polish had cracked, and Dad looked like he hadn't slept in days. Emma, he started, trying to maintain his authoritative tone. We need to discuss. One moment. I held up my finger as dozens of holographic displays activated around the office, showing real-time data from Tesla operations worldwide. Factory outputs, delivery schedules, stock prices, and innovation pipelines floated in the air like a technological constellation. What is all this? Victoria whispered, her eyes fixed on the screen showing her cancelled Tesla order. This, I gestured to the displays, is what I was playing with while you were planning your car's champagne gold finish. Your software company, Dad said slowly, recognition dawning. The one you refused to let me invest in. Quantum Tech Solutions, I confirmed, bringing up my company's portfolio. Currently valued at $89 billion. Tesla is just our latest acquisition. Mom collapsed into a chair, her carefully maintained composure shattering. But you take the bus. I laughed softly. I own the bus company too, along with half the transportation infrastructure in the city. Amazing what you can build while everyone thinks you're just commuting to a low-level programming job. The screens shifted to show breaking news headlines. Unknown tech giant acquires Tesla. Quantum Tech CEO Emma Chin revolutionizes electric vehicle industry. World's youngest tech mogul emerges from shadows. But your little savings account, Dad sputtered, watching his own investment portfolio shrink on one of the screens. You mean my offshore holdings? I pressed a button, displaying my global financial empire. While you were investing Victoria's significant share in Tesla, I was buying controlling interest through shell companies you never noticed. Victoria stepped forward, desperation in her eyes. About my Tesla order. Ah yes, I pulled up her customer file. The champagne gold Model S Plaid. Unfortunately, that color has been discontinued. I paused, enjoying the moment. Along with your marketing firm's luxury automotive contracts. You can't do that, she gasped. Actually, I displayed the contracts. As CEO of Tesla, I can do exactly that. Your firm's performance metrics were disappointing. Dad's business instincts finally overcame his shock. Now listen here, Emma. We're family. Surely we can. Family. I cut him off, bringing up years of security footage. Like when you told the Tesla board I was your unfortunate daughter still finding her way? Or when Victoria mocked my cute little computer hobby to potential investors. The screens showed every dismissive comment, every condescending gesture, every missed opportunity they'd created. The annual family dinner was particularly illuminating, I continued, playing last night's footage. Nothing like a bus pass to remind someone of their place, right, Dad? We never meant, Mom began, to take me seriously, to see me as anything more than Victoria's less successful sister. I stood, walking to the window overlooking the Tesla factory. Well, now you have no choice. What do you mean? Victoria asked, her voice small. I pressed another button. The screens showed their financial holdings, investment portfolios, and business connections, all now intrinsically linked to my companies. Dad's investment group? Their major clients all have contracts with my tech subsidiaries. Victoria's marketing firm? Its survival depends on contracts I now control. Even Mom's social circle. I smiled. Let's just say the country club's ownership recently changed hands. Their faces showed the dawning realization of their new reality. You've trapped us, Dad whispered. No, I corrected him. I've given you exactly what you gave me, a chance to prove your worth from the bottom up. I handed them each a folder. Inside you'll find your new positions. Dad, you'll be joining our entry-level investment analysis team. Victoria, the marketing department needs junior associates. And Mom. I paused. The company's charitable foundation needs event coordinators. Junior positions? Victoria looked horrified. But my experience means nothing here, I finished. You'll earn advancement through merit, not family connections. The screens showed their new office locations, all accessible by bus. You have 24 hours to decide, I said, turning back to my empire of screens. Oh, and one more thing. They looked up, hope flickering briefly. The annual family dinner tradition continues. Next week, my office. I'm thinking of serving humble pie. I smiled. You can take the bus. As security prepared to escort them out, I checked my phone. Another dozen companies were ripe for acquisition, and my algorithm had already identified the next targets. The bus pass was actually useful, I called after them. It taught me everything about appearing small while building something massive. The door closed on their stunned faces and I turned back to my global command center. The cleaning staff would handle their tears on the lobby marble floor. 1 week later, I stood in my Tesla headquarters penthouse, watching my newly acquired factories hum with efficiency through the wall of intelligent glass. The annual family dinner was about to begin, very differently from last year's debacle. Miss Chin, Michael appeared. Your family has arrived. They took the bus as required. Perfect timing, I smiled, watching them hurry through the rain toward the building entrance. Have them wait in the lobby for exactly 7 minutes. Let them remember how it feels. When they finally entered my private dining room, the transformation was complete. Gone were Victoria's designer labels, replaced by department store business wear. Mom's society jewelry had vanished, and Dad's executive swagger had deflated to middle management hesitation. Please sit, I gestured to the precisely placed settings. I believe these chairs are more comfortable than bus seats. They sat silently, taking in the room's displays of my global empire. Screens showing Tesla production lines, space exploration initiatives, and energy revolution projects. Your first week in your new positions, I began, studying their faces. How was the adjustment? Victoria spoke first, her voice lacking its usual condescension. The junior marketing team is challenging. Like when you challenged my career choices? I brought up footage of her mocking my coding sessions. Now you understand the value of starting from scratch. The investment analysis department, Dad cleared his throat. It's quite different from what I expected. I smiled, displaying his team's performance metrics. Struggling with the technical algorithms? Perhaps you should have paid attention when I tried to explain blockchain technology over family dinners. Mom fidgeted with her water glass. The charitable foundation work is humbling. Speaking of humbling, I pressed a button and servers appeared with covered dishes. Tonight's menu is specially chosen. They lifted the covers to reveal bus passes, gold-plated, but bus passes nonetheless, arranged on fine china. A reminder, I explained, of how far we've all come, and how quickly things can change. Emma, Dad attempted his old authoritative tone, surely now you've made your point. Have I? I interrupted, bringing up Tesla's latest innovation announcements. Like when you made your point about success requiring proper business experience? The screens showed my latest achievements. Tesla's revolutionary AI integration transforms industry. Quantum Tech Solutions leads global tech revolution. Emma Chin, the silent giant who reshaped technology. Your sister's Tesla order, I continued casually, would have been delivered today. Instead, I gestured to the screens showing global operations. I'm delivering sustainable energy solutions to 3 continents. Victoria's face flushed. I've learned my lesson. No, I cut her off. You're beginning to learn. Like I began learning every time you showcased your latest luxury purchase while I wasted time coding. I stood walking to the window. Do you know what I saw from the bus window all those years? Opportunity. While you watched me from your expensive cars, I was building an empire right under your noses. But why didn't you tell us? Mom asked quietly. I turned back, my expression cool. Would you have believed me? Or would you have tried to take control like you did with Victoria's career? The silence answered for them. However, I continued, pressing another button. New documents appeared on their plates, replacing the bus passes. I'm offering you a choice. They reached for the papers with trembling hands. Option 1. Continue in your current positions. Work your way up. Prove your worth based on merit, not family names. And option 2? Dad asked, hope creeping into his voice. Join my personal advisory board, I said, watching their eyes light up before delivering the twist. After completing a full year in entry-level positions. Learning every aspect of the business from the ground up. Taking the bus. A year. Victoria whispered. Consider it an accelerated version of my journey, I smiled. Though I spent 3 years building this while you laughed at my bus pass. I brought up their current performance reviews. Your choices have consequences now. Just like my choices did then. We understand, Dad said softly, finally sounding sincere. Do you? I questioned, displaying their past dismissive comments alongside their new reality. Because understanding means accepting that the daughter you dismissed now controls not just your careers, but your entire financial future. The servers returned, this time with actual food, simple sandwiches, the kind I'd eaten on bus rides while building my empire. Consider this dinner a new tradition, I announced. One where success is measured by merit, not mockery. Where innovation matters more than appearance. Where the bus pass. I held up my own, solid gold and framed on the wall. Represents the journey, not the destination. As they ate their humble meal, I watched my global empire continue to grow on the surrounding screens. Tomorrow I'd announce 3 more major acquisitions. Next week, my sustainable energy initiative would transform transportation worldwide. But tonight I had achieved something even more valuable than market dominance. I'd transformed the power dynamics that had once threatened to constrain me. Oh, and one more thing, I said as they prepared to leave. Next year's dinner will be at the main Tesla factory. I smiled. I hear the bus route there is particularly scenic.